What is up, guys, and welcome back to the Hammer Dance YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about how to edit your first YouTube video. With a lot of people going to work from home and the world simply changing, a lot of people are starting content channels on YouTube, starting live streaming and all that stuff. So I've been getting a lot of messages on Twitter, in my DMs and on Instagram and everything, and comments here on these videos on, tips to editing your first YouTube video. And, it kind of occurred to me, I've been doing this for a long time, so I just kind of have that knowledge, but there's a lot of people out there that have no clue where to start when it comes to editing your first video. So I'm going to make this video for you guys. We're going to just dive right into like the basics of how to edit your first video. Nothing crazy, just some cutting and how to render it out and how to transition things nicely. And then possibly right after this video, I will do one on how to create like an eye-catching thumbnail. Obviously for this, I will be using, I use Adobe Premiere to edit my videos, but really this is some general knowledge, just really cutting some clips, slicing them, transitioning them together, putting your end screen in there, all that kind of stuff. So it's general knowledge that can be applied to really any video editing software. They all pretty much can do the same thing. And, when it comes to editing YouTube videos where you're talking or maybe some gameplay videos and things like that, you don't really require some kind of crazy editing. But before we do that, guys, real quick, let's give a shout out and thank you to our sponsor for today's video, Own.tv. Own.tv is the place to go, guys, if you're looking for some fresh new graphics for your stream. Whether you're on Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook gaming, you'll find something that's a perfect fit for your channel. They offer full themed overlay packages, which are great if you're trying to give your stream a complete makeover, but let's say you're just looking to pick up some new alert graphics. Don't worry, because they've got you covered there too. You could find single graphics such as alerts, banners, panels, and logos as well. And one of the best parts about most of these overlays is that they are completely modular. So if you and your friends all pick up the same overlay, such as this Rodan one right here, you can change the colors and tweak it to match your brand, and none of you will have the exact same overlay. If you guys are looking to take your stream to the next level, be sure to check out Own.tv using my link below to support the channel. So, without further ado, guys, let's dive in. Okay, so right now I'm just gonna talk a little bit, maybe like read some stuff or just kind of pretend that we're filming a video right now, and then I'm gonna use this footage and edit it in Premiere just to show you guys how I clip it together. Okay, guys, so we have all of our footage here in Adobe Premiere. Now, mine looks a little bit crazy because I was editing the first part of this video. I have to throw the Own.tv ad in there. As you can see, if we zoom in by holding Alt and scrolling up on our mouse wheel, also holding Alt and scrolling down, zooms you out in Adobe Premiere. But these little lines right here are where I clip parts of the video. So, if I'm talking and I mess up a word, or if there's like a silence, like an awkward silence that I don't want in there, I clip it out. And how you would do this is, let's go to this. I'm gonna mute this, video that I threw in here, simply because if you hear me talking in the video and you hear me talking right now, we're gonna get a little mixed up and thrown off. So just so you can see, if I hit play, there's no sound from my video. It's just me talking right here. So we have it muted by hitting the M down here. So now let's say right around here, we want to clip it, right? We want to clip it right here. And how we're going to do that is we're going to use the slicing tool, the razor tool. If we put the marker where we want to slice it, or, we can play and pause with the space bar. So let's say we want to clip it right here. We grab our slicing tool and we click. And now it's split that into two separate video files, right? Now we can delete this, or, just come in here and let's say, okay, all of this we don't want. We slice this again right there. And now we can take out this little part and then drag this together and combine those two. So it'll go right from this clip to this clip. So that is like the basics of how we would slice things out of our video that we don't want, or shorten clips, or get rid of like awkward silences, right? Awkward silences are like, that's terrible for videos. No one likes awkward silences. It's good to kind of keep it so like you have a nice flow for your video. So slice out anything that's silent, slice out anything that doesn't make sense, or if you mess up a word, get that out of there. We want that gone as soon as possible. Now let's scroll to the beginning of my video, right? This is my intro. I have my music playing here. You can see I have Tim's Crown, which is part of Harris Heller's Stream Beats album. I used that in all my videos right now. It's one of my favorite background tracks, and it's amazing. Such a good track. But the key here to editing a video when you're talking over it is that you want to have your voice, especially if you're trying to teach people things, has to be significantly louder than the background music. It's background music, right? So you don't want that to be too loud, because if it overpowers your voice, people can't hear what you're trying to teach them. So I have my music set to -24 dB, and you can see that up here. The level of your audio is, the volume, -24 dB. So that's easy enough. You select the audio track, you come up here to the effect controls or whatever program you're using. You can see a volume level or a level adjuster, and you come up here and you just click it and you type in -24, enter, and now that's -24 dB. Just keep in mind, guys, while you're editing, anything that you do, if you want to undo it, you can hit Control Z and you can undo it right away. Super easy. So now let's say that, right here in this video, when I start talking about the own.tv sponsorship, when we're about to run the ad, I have it so that the audio, drowns out. And the way to do that would be to basically, so you click right here on the audio track, and you basically hit this little stopwatch. And now what that's doing is creating time keyframes. So basically right here at this point in time, we hit the stopwatch. So now it's recording. It's at -24 dB. Then we drag it all the way down to right before we run the ad. And as you can see, -65.7, right at the actual very, very end of this audio clip, it should be -80 dB. So basically I have it going, if you can see it going up and down as I'm scrolling, I have it so that the sound is fading out. We want that sound to fade out and kind of, get silent right before we get to the own.tv ad, and then the other track starts playing at a -24 dB volume. So that's basically how you would do like a sound fade to kind of make it transition nicely. Because if you go from having this audio track right here to blasting another audio track right here, it's not relaxing for one, and it's not a very smooth transition. So try, the beginning and end of things right before you're about to go to a new scene of your video. You want to try and fade out the sound or, something like that, just to make it a smoother transition, easier for your viewer to watch is really what I'm trying to say. So now let's say right here we say own.tv, and then the ad runs right here, but we want to have a nice transition so it doesn't just clip into this next video. You see how it just clips, boom, right into that next video? We want to add a little transition there. So we're going to come up to our effects and hit video transitions. Let's say we want it to do a nice slide away. So we're going to click slide, we're going to use a push, we're going to click, drag it, and drop it right there. See how it's right in between both? And if we scroll through it, you can see it slides out that, and boom, starts the ad. Now that is like kind of well, I'll show you what the slide actually looks like. Hold on. Okay. So if we want to speed up that slide, we can actually click right here on this transition. And as you can see up in the left-hand corner, we get actual effect controls for that specific transition. Now, if we want to make it faster, we can come right here, and right now it's set to 0.30. We can change it to 0.15, and as you can see, it got a little bit smaller down here. Now the slide should be a lot faster. Boom. That's how we would transition. And really, you can take that and apply that general knowledge of how to transition something to any part of your clips. If you're transitioning to a new point in your video or anything like that, that kind of transition method will definitely work. So anyway, back to here, we are, we put all this footage in, we can clip things out. I showed you guys how to clip, I showed you guys how to do the audio. And basically for this entire video, I have the same song, just copy and paste it over and over and over again at the same -24 dB volume level, going throughout the entire video. To kind of, you can change it up, you can switch up the background music if you want, but for me, I like to kind of keep it consistent unless the pace of the video changes. So for me, the pacing of this video is going to stay the same throughout to the end. So yeah, I'm keeping the exact same track back there. So let's say now we get to the end of the video. And by the way, guys, how to add music into your videos, you just drag and drop it into your little folder here when you're working on a video, and then you can drag and drop it right onto the timeline. And these are different audio tracks. You can layer different audio tracks, have multiple things that you're working on at the same time. And just an example of how layering works, right? So this is video layer 1, video layer 2, video layer 3, video layer 4. So whatever is on 1, if we put something on 2, it will be above it, right? So if we just hide layer 2 real quick, right? This is layer 1. I added a blur and a black and white effect on this because we want to focus on the word popping up, which is own.tv. So as you can see, I put the own.tv image right here above layer 1, so it shows above that clip. Same goes for this, the own.tv ad. I have this banner and these arrows that I put in here. If I hide all of that, this is what's actually there. Now, I recorded this video back in the summer. I recorded the ad when there was a summer sale ad going on. It is no longer the summer, so I put this rectangle in there, my own text, and then these arrows above this. And now you can see that it hides that because those layers are above layer 1. So this actually works as a layering system. Whatever is on 1, if you put something on 2, it will be shown above that video. I hope that makes sense to you guys. But anyway, so let's move on to here, right? The ad ends and we get into the intro for my video. I roll my Hammer Dance intro screen, boom, slides across, bam, right into the video. So the way that you drag and drop like media elements, like my intro screen, would be you drag and drop it right into your, folder, your project folder here. I have a folder created here called video assets. These are all things I use in all my videos. Right here, this is the intro graphic. If we double click it and we play it over here, you can see this is the intro graphic on its own. So then I take that, drag it and drop it, boom, right in there, right over layer 1. So that's why you can see right here, it starts to draw the logo. It's still over the video that's playing because it's a layer higher. Intro plays, bam, right back to the video. So that is how you would add any sort of media element to your video. Pretty important to know that too. You can do that with images. That's how I add the sub button in and all that. So like, let's say right here, I wanted to drop my sub animation. I drag it from here, right above the video. And now look, boom, there's the sub button. Now, if you want to move an element around the screen, so this sub button is way too high up. I don't like the way it looks. You double click on it, you now have control to drag it around. You can drag it all the way down, right? And now if we play it, let's see what it looks like. Boom, look at that. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. We moved it down. So that's how you would move an element around on the screen. Now, if you're trying to make like a little, like right here where I do, I say own.tv and I make it black and white and blur it out. That is pretty simple. So this was all one clip. This and this was one clip. Right here is where I say own.tv. So I took my slicing tool, I sliced it right there. Now this is its own individual video clip. So I came up into video effects right here. I added a Gaussian blur effect, which you take it and drop it right onto the video there. And now if we click on that and go into our effect controls, if we scroll down, you can see Gaussian blur. I have it set to 75%. And then I also did the exact same thing with a tint filter, which is what's making it black and white. You just drag and drop those on that specific little clip. And now right here, it's fine. But since I split it into 2 clips, I added those effects on this smaller clip and bam, it goes right to black and white and blurry so that we can clearly see the own.tv ad. Now, one good thing to note here, guys, and most video editing programs have this, if you're editing and you're getting a lot of lag and things like that, where it's like kind of like choppy because, doing video editing and uploading all these elements to your videos can be kind of demanding on your CPU and your graphics card and your RAM. This right here where it says full, this is the preview window. So if I switch this down to 1/4, it's reducing the preview window to 1/4 of the actual quality that the video will render as. So it's easier to work with it like that. So I never suggest working in full resolution for your preview window. You want to drop it to 1/2 or 1/4. It's just simpler on your CPU. It's way easier. Your computer does not have to work as hard. So then again, you add all your clips in, you chop everything up. We talking, blah, 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 blah. We're talking. All of our points get across. Okay, so right here, at this point in the video, we want to add some text in there. Okay, so let's add some text. We come down here to our text tool. You click it, you can go right onto the video. At this point, wherever this marker is where this text will start. Click, and we're going to say, this is some testing text. Boom. Go back to our pointer. This is what we can use to drag stuff around. Now, if we want to edit this text, if we go down right here in our effect controls, we have the text layer selected. We drop out all of our text options right here, and you can now select the font. Let's say we want to do population 0. Boom, look at that. We want to make it bigger. We can drag it. We can twist it if we want. Hold on. Boom, you can rotate it. Whoa, there's some test text right there. So now when it gets to that point, because that's above the video, boom, that text will come onto the screen. Now, okay, we want to have that text slide in. We don't want it to just appear. We go back to video transitions. We could take whatever we want here. We'll take push again and drag it and drop it right to the beginning of that text, and watch, it'll slide in. Boom, slides in. Oh, we want it to slide out. Take push, put it to the end, and now it'll slide out. Okay, so now it slides in from the left, slides out to the right. So what if we wanted to slide in from the left and then slide out to the left? We come down in here, we could zoom in holding Alt and scrolling up, click on that transition. This is the slide out. Come over here to our effect controls, and we want to reverse it. So now it'll slide out to the left. So look, it'll slide in from the left, slide out to the left. Boom. And it will slide out to the left now. Boom. Simple as that, guys. It's really, really not hard. And really, this is everything you guys really need to know to get started with editing. Simple things like slicing your clips, doing some transitions, and just basic stuff like that will get you started and help you, get into creating your first video. Like when you first start, you're not going to be doing anything crazy. I still don't have really any crazy editing. I've been doing this for a while now, and if you don't know something, just Google it. There's tons of people on YouTube and tons of guides on the internet that are going to help you edit your videos. It's really not that hard. It can be overwhelming at first because it looks like a lot of information, but really, guys, it's not as hard as you would think. It's pretty simple, and once you do it once, you'll get it. So once you're done editing your video, you obviously don't want to have, basically your video will be as long as whatever you have in the timeline here. So if my video didn't reach to the end of this audio and it stopped right here at 8 minutes, it would still render out all of this, and the rest of this would just be a black screen. So you want to make sure that wherever your video ends, nothing on the timeline is past that point. And now let's talk about how to save out your video, how to render it out in some good quality. So you have your video done. Make sure you're saving this whole time, because video editing programs love to crash while you're in the middle of working on something. But aside from that, to render this out, okay, we want to render it out. We're going to go up to File. We're going to export, whatever program you're using. It's going to be Export Media or Save As or whatever. We're going to export media, and that's going to bring up our export settings screen. Once we're here in the export settings, what we can do is output name. We can click this and just title it whatever we want. Test video, save. Okay, so now we come down here to the video settings. We have it matching our source at the highest bitrate possible. So it's 1920 by 1080. Frame rate is 60. We want to render it at maximum depth. That increases the quality. We come down. Bitrate settings, we want to do VBR 2 pass. And we want to, if you're doing 1080 at 60 frames, I suggest doing a 16 bitrate for both of these. You can click and just type it in. And that's it. It's showing you the estimated file size, so 1.2 gigs for this. You can scroll through and just see your video here. Obviously, the rest of our video is black because I didn't add anything at the end. I'm not actually going to render this out. I'm just showing you guys how to render it out. And then you would hit export. Boom. It saves your video. Everything is good to go. But that seems to be it there, guys. So, I mean, those are the basics when it comes to editing your first YouTube video. I really hope that you guys, I helped you guys out and you can throw together your first video. Let me know in the comments if you guys have any more questions. But if you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up for me, guys. It really helps me out, pushes our video up in the algorithm, and gets these videos out to more people. And if you like these videos, subscribe to the channel and turn on those post notifications. A lot of you are not subscribed, so I'd appreciate it if you guys subscribe, turn on those post notifications so you don't miss the next time I post a video. But anyways, guys, I want you to keep those hammers up, and I'll see you next time.